Hi. So this was the problem I had posed in the bridge problem group. I'll just show you how the play went. It was a four-heart contract. East opened one notum, presumably 1417 or 1517, with a bit of freedom on both sides, or maybe freedom on one side, but definitely freedom with shape, as is the custom these days, where one notram is often opened with 14 or with off shape hand. Anyway, so West transferred to hearts and then jumped to four hearts. Uh, I guess it shows a slamish kind of hand, some interest in the slam. But anyway, and the bidding ended there. Four heart pass, 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 and the play went Ace of Spades, King of Spades, another spade, Six of Spades, not 10 or 9 or smallest card 2, which is what possibly lulled North into roughing small. But let us get to the problem first. So, this is where you are, and now you lost two tricks. Heart Queen 10 are out, and you want to ensure that you don't lose two more tricks. What is the best way to play trumps? On this trick, you have two options. You could duck in the sense you could discard a diamond, or you could overruff with heart ace, and then after overruffing with heart ace, you have two options. You can take heart finish, playing small heart to maybe 9 or jack, or you can play small heart to king and back. What is the best course of action? So, first things first, you should not discard a diamond here. You should overrub with heart ace, because North could have started with Queen 8 7 small. So, consider this variation. So, if after North roughs with heart 7, you discard a diamond, then you cannot make the contract, because North is sitting with Queen 8 4 of hearts over your King Jack 9. Now, if you have a crystal ball and if you could go to dummy pull Jack of hearts, then double dummy you can still make 10 tricks after discarding a diamond, but you aren't going to do that single dummy at the table. So, the best chance is definitely not to discard on heart 7, but to rough with the heart ace and either play small heart to king or small heart to 9. When you rough with heart ace, what should you play next? And there, a bit of statistics can help you, in the sense, just the simple principle of vacant spaces. South came up with six spades, so he is not likely to have too many hearts. Maybe three hearts. There's higher probability of North having more hearts. So best is win heart ace and play small heart to king and back. Now there is one possibility that South started with Queen 10 small, and North started with 8-7, and if you play a small heart to king and back, you would lose two tricks to queen 10 of hearts in south hand. As against that, if you finish, remember you don't have another heart to play from east hand. If you finish and lose, you will still lose one more trick to the honor in south hand. So if south started with, let us say, uh, queen 8 small, and you play small heart to 9 and lose to heart 10, then you will lose one more trick to heart queen. Or if you play small heart to jack and lose to heart queen, you will lose one more trick to heart 10 if south started with 10 8 small. But as we have said, there is smaller chance of south having started with many hearts, and you might also consider whether from heart 10-7 northward ruff with 7, or with heart queen 7 northward ruff with 7. So um, the more chances that he would ruff with 7 from queen 7 than 10-7. So if at all you want to finish after winning the heart is uh, better to play small heart to 9 rather than small heart to jack, because north is less likely to have 10-7 than queen 7. So two options after winning, after overtaking, over roughing with heart is you could play small heart to king and back, or you can play small heart to 9. The second issue, of course, is of bidding, and I will rewind the hand. And as you can see, 3 Notram is a much better contract. So if on this hand, I'm showing you the 4 hands, not that they are important, just the east to west hands are good enough. You can see that 3 Notram is an excellent contract. You have enough entries to east hand, so you can win whatever opponents lead, get diamond ace queen out of way, get to east hand, test diamonds, and if diamonds don't behave, then you can fall back on hard. So you will go down only if both the red suits don't behave. Whereas in 4 hard, you will go down if hearts don't behave. It doesn't matter whether diamonds behave or not. North is sitting with queen 10 4 card or heart. He will take 2 tricks. So why did both pairs not reach 3 Notram? The reason is diamond should not did not get mentioned. Whatever they may say, the natural systems do not treat minor suits equally. All suits are not equal. So one club and one diamond bid, opening bids are more or less preparatory, or uh, just used as a catch-all kind of opening bids where you open various balanced hands, you open various hands with long minor suit, but you never worry about the quality of the suit. So the reason some players choose to open one Notram on this hand is if you open one diamond, there is a long winded way uh, to the final contract, whereas if you begin with one Notram, it is short and sweet. Anyway, I hope you liked the problem. Thank you for joining. Bye.